What is up, party people? It is Mike Man WBA here, back again with another episode of WWE Draft Wars, and it is a very special episode of this Draft Wars series because we are joined by a very special guest, Nathan.
Aye aye.
Thrilled to be here, as always, and this is a very special episode, but not because Nathan's here, because he's here every single episode. I can't get rid of him. The reason this is special is because this is WWE No Way Out 2019. I know it doesn't say that at the top, but that's because it's written in invisible ink.
Ooh, kinky.
Yeah. WWE No Way Out. It's a big show, a big show. Let's jump straight into it with a match that's going to require a little bit of context. For those of you that didn't see the last episode, go back and watch it now. We forgot to change the location. No Way Out is being held in Hawaii. I forgot the Kane's picture. Right, sorry, bit of context. For those of you that didn't see the last episode, right at the end, I might have accidentally fired Randy Orton. And by accidentally, I mean on purpose, because he does all of the bad drugs. Which means, of course, that we needed a new entrant for the Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. And that's where this match comes in. It's got people from both brands, and it's got the President of the United States in it. So, in a pre-show bout, in a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but not a lot of heat, Pete Dunne wins a battle royal, including Alexander Wolf, Baron Corbin, EC3, Goldust, Jeff Hardy, Jinder Mahal, Justin Gabriel, Kane, No Way Jose, Noam Dar, Pete Dunne, who won, so of course he's in it, Sheamus, Sin Cara, Tajiri, and Titus O'Neil. Pete Dunne winning that in 9 minutes and 52 seconds, with Sheamus being Jeff Hardy being the final elimination, even though I definitely put Sheamus, but Jeff Hardy being the final elimination with Sheamus getting the most eliminations over the course of the match. Only half of this match were upset at the fact that they lost to Pete Dunne, so improvements.
Can we just talk about the pictures in this match?
It's something about PJ Black that makes it look like he's been trained in like the Nepal mountains for like 4 years. I also like Alexander Wolf. Look at his little grin. And then look at No Way Jose's staring into your soul.
Yeah.
But yeah, Baron Corbin improving his technical skills, and Pete Dunne books himself a place in
32,000 fans came to see this show.
Yeah, in the SmackDown Live Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. Will he be tired after this match though? Probably. But you never know. He's got vegan powers. It's true. It's damn true. We go on to the main show though, and we kick it off with an Elimination Chamber match. And it is a SmackDown Elimination Chamber match, but it is for the United States title. And it is, of course, and I didn't forget this beforehand, it is, of course, Chad Gable, Kofi Kingston, Hideo Itami, Penta, Lio Rush, and Elias. And in 16 minutes and 10 seconds, Chad Gable wins the United States title by last eliminating Kofi Kingston. Lio Rush went out first, then Penta was eliminated after a couple of finishers, and then finally eliminated by Hideo Itami. Itami was then eliminated by Elias, and then Gable got the last two eliminations of Elias and Kofi Kingston to win the title. Gable got an in-ring performance of 77, does need a new gimmick though. Kingston got himself at 80, Itami a 72, Penta a 73, Lio Rush a 52, and Elias a 53. Imagine how good this match would have been if it was only a 4-way.
I love my picture pack. Just look at that Penta picture.
Yeah.
There. He says as he sticks his
like the people you wouldn't expect to be smiling in this match, like Lio Rush and Elias, and then the people you would, like Chad Gable. It's just he's not, but these two are. Cheeky chappies. But Kofi and Chad both improving in their performance skills, which is nice to see as we kick off the main show of a 73 B- and a new United States champion.
What a match!
Woo woo.
One title match, one new champ.
Will this continue? Doodaloo doodaloo, probably not. But it might do. I'm going to let Nathan take this one.
So, Mike Kanellis is walking backstage with his newly won Hardcore Championship, and Bray Wyatt tries to talk him into giving him the title. He's like, Come on, man. Think of all the things I could do with that, man. And then Heath Slater comes over and invents a new catchphrase that will likely boost his ability on the microphone. He says, "What's up, punks?" And he starts with them. He's like, "How yous doing? I heard you won a new title. Well done, Mike." And he starts shaking his hand vigorously. He's like, "Well done," just looking him in the eyes. And Bray's like, "Look at this whack job." And then out of nowhere, Rhino goes Bray Wyatt. Slater pulls Kanellis by the hand, because he's still shaking his hand at this point, pulls him forward like Abyss would do for a Black Hole Slam. He pulls him forward as Rhino just smacks him over the head with the belt. 1, 2, kick out. Well, he doesn't kick out, but Rhino picks Kanellis up to roll him up for the win and gets the win. Heath Slater invented his new catchphrase of, "What's up, punks?" 62C there. Rhino is your new hardcore champion. The WWF won't be too happy about that. Because Rhino's an animal.
Oh, okay.
Then,
I thought you meant
that
WWF as in like 2000.
And about that had decent
Team
wrestling, but little heat. Mustafa Ali retains the Cruiserweight title, defeating everybody's Buddy Murphy in 7:56 by pinfall with the 054. Buddy gets a 50, Mustafa gets a 73. Big boy win there for Mustafa Ali. And now he gets to move on and defend his Cruiserweight title against someone new. But who will that be? Hoo, hoo, hoo.
Space Monkey.
Hoo.
If it's not Space Monkey at WrestleMania, then why is anybody watching this?
No clue. So what happens next, Mike?
I don't know. Let's find out. I'm assuming it's an angle. It is.
It is. Sheriff Yang walks backstage. He's trying to find Rhino. Why is he trying to find Rhino, Mike?
Well, Sheriff Yang is, of course, still conducting an investigation into the vicious attack on Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, by the way, will be back on SmackDown Live next week, this week, in 2 days' time.
Two.
Yep. Sheriff Yang, he wants to talk to Rhino because obviously everybody knows the Gore, the most devastating move in sports entertainment. And Rey Mysterio, you could say, was thoroughly devastated.
He's been crying ever since.
Yeah. So he thinks, you know what, I'm going to speak to Rhino. But Rhino, of course, has just won that Hardcore Championship. Very paranoid. So sees Sheriff Yang come in and immediately just gores him into 7 pieces.
R.I.P. Sheriff Yang.
And Heath Slater's like, "Sorry, mate." This picture, of course, not accurate. Jimmy Wang Yang does not have his hat because it was stolen last week by Samoa Joe.
What a thief!
He was actually on his way to see Samoa Joe after this to get his hat back. Has a court order and everything.
Aww.
Yeah. Next up, though, we have a 1v1 match. In a match that had good wrestling but not a lot of heat, unfortunately. Asuka and Charlotte went to a double count out in 14 minutes and 43 seconds in what was a bit of a brawl. Asuka with a 77 in ring, Charlotte with a 68, which is both impressive. Asuka improving in technical skills as well, as that match gets a 79B, which is very nice indeed. Asuka and Charlotte just letting their emotions get the better of them. Brawling to a double count out. No clear number 1 contender for Becky Lynch / Sonya Deville after this match. Going to be interesting to see what happens next leading up to WrestleMania.
Hashtag mental.
You'll have to find out on SmackDown Live. Or the SmackDown Live after that, if I forget. You never know. Could happen to anybody. Asuka and Charlotte then continue brawling after that match and have to be separated by security, and when that doesn't work, the rest of the women's roster from both SmackDown and Raw have to come out and separate the 2 women. And a 75B-, another good segment for these 2. Sort of the torchbearers of the women's division. As next up, we have a tag team contest for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and it is the team of Johnny Gargano and Cassius Gargano who defeat the makeshift team of Kurt Hawkins and The Miz in 11 minutes and 37 seconds when Gargano beats Kurt Hawkins. That says by pinfall, but I definitely pressed submission. Don't know what's happening here. Must be my brain not working. But yeah, Gargano make defense number 2 of their SmackDown Tag Team titles. Miz looked like he had the match beat, or had the match won, I should say. He had just hit Johnny Gargano with his Wizard of Oz, is it? I think that's what I think he still uses that. He hit him with something, not the skull crushing finale though. He's going for the skull crushing finale, but then he thinks, no, for God's sake, Nathan, that's twice in a row, 3 times in a row, whatever. The Miz thinks, you know what? My student, Kurt Hawkins, he's ready for this moment. This is his moment. He tags in Kurt Hawkins. Kurt Hawkins goes for his finisher. I have no idea what it is. Nobody knows what it is. Kurt Hawkins hasn't won a match that wasn't by roll-up for about 7 years. Kurt Hawkins going for the roll-up, but it gets countered by Johnny Gargano into what was definitely not a pinfall and was definitely a submission via Gargano escape.
He's trying, bless him.
There we go. Nobody saw anything. Johnny Gargano counters into the submission, the Gargano escape, and picks up the victory for Team Gargano. Good performances all round, because we're pretending that 4 is an 8. So The Miz and Kurt Hawkins both with 81s, Cassius Ohno with a 73, and Johnny Gargano with a 77. Ohno as well improving his performance skills, as that match gets a 75B-. Decent tag team match. Some decent storytelling involved, and some very good in-ring performances.
What's next?
Following that, we have a little angle by AJ Styles. He's backstage doing his hair, cuts a promo about his contenders or his opponents in the chamber match, says he is the best in the world. This is the house that AJ Styles built, even though this isn't SmackDown Live, this is WWE No Way Out 2019, and he's never participated in a WWE No Way Out show, so this can't really be the house that he built, because it's not SmackDown Live. This is more like the conservatory that he's just had put onto his house, but that doesn't roll off the tongue as well. So AJ Styles is going to win the Elimination Chamber. Any
Fair
thoughts?
enough.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. In a decent match, Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet, except for Rose West, defeats Nikki Bella in 6:48 by submission with an armbar. She makes Nikki tap out. She makes a third defense of her Raw Women's Championship, and that leaves a clear road for Sasha Banks and Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it? Well, you're going to have to wait about 3 fucking months by the time it takes us to upload all of this shit.
Oh, it's
Decent
true.
match. Nikki did better than I expected. Since she's not been wrestling much for a couple of years, I was expecting her to get like a 31.
Yeah, popularity though, innit?
Yeah, and that got a 69C plus because TEW's sexist.
No, fair enough.
69's and
Talking
all
of sexist, wait until you see what happens later on. No spoilers at all, but you never know.
What a sexist promo from Samoa Joe.
Yeah, following that match, we cut backstage to the big man, the big Samoan Joe.
What
Samoa
sexist
Joe.
things did he say, Mike? I heard that he called Tamina a Samoan hoe.
Nope. But he vows to end Daniel Bryan's dreams of main eventing WrestleMania for a second time? Second? Because it'd be
Yeah.
WrestleMania 30, didn't do another one, because 31 was like an IC ladder match or something.
Which you won.
Whatever, yeah. So, he ends Daniel Bryan's dreams of main event. Will you stop? I swear to God. I'm going to cut that one. Samoa Joe vows to end Daniel Bryan's dreams of main eventing WrestleMania for the second time by beating him here, taking his Royal Rumble winners contract thingy to be the contender thing. And that'll be later on. But before that, we have a hardcore title match between the brand new hardcore champion and Luke Harper.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Luke Harper, he wants the belt back that he once had. He starts brawling with Rhino backstage. Triple H says, "What yous doing?" "No, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this backstage stuff. You want to fight? Get in the ring. Hardcore match right now. Belts on the line." So Harper and Rhino, they brawl their way out to the ring. Harper hits a discus clothesline. He's got the win on the outside. But Heath Slater comes out from under the ring. Why was he even there? But Heath Slater comes out from under the ring. He's got a tray of cookies. He smacks it over Harper's head. Harper catches one of the cookies out of midair, eats it, spits it out on the floor, turns around, and clotheslines the fuck out of Heath Slater. Rhino then goes for a go. Harper moves out the way, straight into the steel steps, and as he staggers up to his pudgy little feet, Rhino gets a discus clothesline again. 1, 2, 3. Your winner of this match, and the new hardcore champion, Luke Harper.
That lasted long. Good job, Rhino.
5 minutes and 1 second that lasted.
All you did was assault a police officer. Nice reign.
Police officer? Fuck off, Harper. Then we have a 67C plus, where John Cena's backstage claimed that this is his record-breaking title night. Tonight, he makes history here in Hawaii. He doesn't put his pineapple on pizza as the crowd boos because it's Hawaii. But Cena says, "Tonight, I make history." And then Luke Harper walks through the shot, looks at Cena, and then Jeff Hardy does a bloody cross-body block onto him off of a crate, and he starts fighting Luke Harper. And the two are pure mad brawling everywhere. All our the interview set. Renee Young shrieks and she's like, "Ah!" And John Cena gets her out the way, and then he breaks up the fight and he's like, "Come on, lads, don't do this." And they listen. And Luke Harper manages to retain his title. Good stuff, I'm glad for him. I'm really happy for Luke Harper. He deserves it. He deserves a long title reign.
Yeah.
What's next?
I don't know, let's find out. It is the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Becky Lynch and Sonya Deville, and Becky Lynch picks up the victory in 12.5 minutes exactly by submission with a disarmer. Becky Lynch making defense number 4 of her SmackDown Women's title, unfortunately sustaining an injury, definitely caused by a Sonya Deville submission that Becky Lynch refused to tap out of, making Sonya look really strong though. 69 in-ring performance to Becky's 75, and Sonya's submission offense looking extremely good here, causing Becky to limp or something, or hold a peck, so holding her tits for the rest of the match or something. No work improvements unfortunately, but 76B minus, not a bad match indeed.
Yeah, solid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well done to Sonya, she can hang with the man.
Yeah,
even if the man has a hurt chest.
And well done for Becky for winning.
Yeah, despite injury, she's still victorious. And speaking of victorious, Sarah Logan rolls up Luke Harper backstage to win the hardcore title. She attacks him, ground and pound, ground and pound, ground and pound. She's beating him up. She's funneling away with punches. Harper's pushing her off, but she keeps on going for him.
She hits him with a wild Raymond Rowe.
No, he wasn't there.
Just happened to be walking.
He's in NXT, he's in Florida, we're in Hawaii. But he starts punching, she starts punching more, she's punching more, and she throws a chair off his head. Harper at this point, he's fought Rhino, he's fought fucking Jeff Hardy, he's fought the suicidal thoughts in his head, and Sarah Logan rolls him up, wins the hardcore title, your first ever female hardcore champion in 2019. There might have been one in the past, there definitely was, but who the fuck cares? Sarah Logan, or as her friends call her, Sarah Logan Paul.
Did you say that it was the first women's hardcore champion?
In 2019. There's been ones in the past.
Yeah, the Godfather's her. I think Sable at one point.
Yeah,
maybe?
I can't believe they let your mum on TV.
Hey, at least I know mine and speak to her on a semi-regular basis and have spoken to her this year.
I spoke to mine this year.
Lies.
I got a PS2 out of her.
Good point.
Pulled it out of her arse.
Gross. Nathan's thought. The words of Nathan Coulson do not represent the Mike Man WBA channel.
In a decent match, the Revival defeated the Club and the Usos in 12:40 when Scott Dawson pinned Carl Anderson with a shatter machine. The Revival, it took 2 years, but they finally win Raw Tag Team Gold, a 69C+. Gallows was really off his game. Those performances were not good enough from everyone except for the Usos, who did decent. They could have done better, but they could have done worse. And the Revival are your new Raw Tag Team Championship holders on Monday Night Raw.
And look how happy they are about it.
So happy. Jimmy Uso improves in performance skills. Good on him.
All you have to do is keep him strong, and then he doesn't cry like a girl.
No.
And then he improves.
And speaking of crying like girls, what happens next, Mike? What happens next?
I would like to point
Mike?
out again that the views of Nathan
What
Coulson are not held by the
happens
Mike Man WBA channel.
Next, Mike.
Why does McMahon not have a picture? He definitely has a
The
picture.
Riot Squad are celebrating their title win backstage. It's their first title win. They're celebrating, and Renee's like, "Woo! I'm happy for you girls. Girl power, you go, sisters." And then Corey Graves randomly starts questioning her about her husband. But those three are all really happy. And in walks Mr. McMahon that's like, "It's 2019, god damn it. I can't have a female men's champion. You're gonna lie down for me right now, Sarah Logan, and you will like it." And she's like, "No, I'm not doing that." And he's like, "Oh, you're not doing that. You're doing that right here, right now in Hawaii, or you're fired." So she lies down. Vince McMahon pins her. 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match and the new hardcore champion, Mr. McMahon.
It's like, you women want to break the glass ceiling, while the only crack I see is my ass crack pressed against it.
What?
I don't know. It makes sense.
Worse.
It makes sense. Very good segment here.
Yeah, brilliant stuff.
I honestly,
Look how sad Ruby Riott looks.
I'll be honest, Nathan. You scare me
Why?
because your brain does things.
Just good things.
Don't make
Good
sense.
lucha things. Woo!
Following that absolute shit show, we have an Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. And in 22 minutes and 7 seconds, we have a new WWE Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah, Nakamura wins, last eliminating Braun Strowman. Before that, AJ Styles, Cesaro, Aleister Black, and Pete Dunne, unfortunately tired and bruised from that Battle Royal earlier on.
The bruiserweight.
First. Yeah, he's the bruiserweight. Unfortunately, AJ Styles sustains a Type 1 fracture. Not sure if that is bad injury. Not sure if he'll be out of WrestleMania. Hopefully not, because he does, of course, have his obligated title rematch at some point. But Aleister Black picking up a 73, which is pretty good. AJ Styles picking up a 90, which is very good. Braun Strowman picking up an 81, which is very good for him. Cesaro picking up an 87, which is very good. Pete Dunne getting a 69, which is good for him. Hey Lamau. Shinsuke Nakamura getting an 88, which is very good. AJ Styles and Aleister Black also improving in their performance skills, as that gets an 80B, which is good. Probably could have been a little bit better considering some of the ratings. But we have a new WWE Champion going into WrestleMania. How exciting. And after that... Oh, this is in the wrong place, but it's fine. During the match, just before the match, we have Sheriff Yang backstage. He thinks he's finally found Samoa Joe, trying to talk to him again, but he is in fact just looking in a mirror. So he's interviewing himself about what happened to Rey Mysterio, getting angry at himself for not answering his questions. Eventually tries to punch the mirror, hurts his hand, and then falls over. It's Jimmy Wang Yang. The man's a legend. I hope you know he's going into the Hall of Fame this year.
Yes,
it's happening.
Yes. What happens next?
Yeah. After that, actually no, that wasn't in the wrong place. That was in the right place. I just remembered that this match was next. As in a bout that had superb wrestling and good heat, Daniel Bryan defeats Samoa Joe in 14 minutes and 60 seconds. By submission with a yes lock. Daniel Bryan with a 91, Samoa Joe with an impressive 85. As Daniel Bryan retains the right to his Royal Rumble win contract attack thingy for WrestleMania. So Daniel Bryan,
shit show.
It looks like Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania. Much excite. No work improvements, unfortunately. 79B should have been a lot better considering the ratings involved. I'm going to assume it was short. I'm going to cheat here. Short match length, yeah. If that was 5 minutes longer, that would have been very high 80s, presumably. But we take what we can get over here on SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
Following that, here's Shinsuke Nakamura, the new WWE heavyweight champion. He comes out, he stares down Daniel Bryan. Looks like we have a WrestleMania main event, folks. It won't be the main event. It'll be the semi-main event. Nathan will have the main event, probably.
Nakamura.
I feel bad for Nathan because we constantly beat him every month at the pay-per-views and stuff. So,
yeah, like Survivor Series.
We don't mention Survivor Series.
I fucking do.
Now for the main event.
In a bout that had great wrestling and good heat, Seth Rollins retains the Universal title, defeating Dolph Ziggler, Finn Balor, John Cena, Rusev, and Dean Ambrose in a chamber match in 25:08. The order of elimination was Dolph Ziggler first. So Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose start things off. They fight a lot. Ambrose catches him with the dirty deeds. Finn Balor comes in, hits the coup de grace afterwards for the pin. Finn and Dean are fighting at this point. Cena's now in the match. It's a big triple threat. Out comes Rusev. Rusev eliminates Finn Balor. And then Rusev goes to eliminate Dean. Dean hits him with the dirty deeds, hits Cena with the dirty deeds. He goes for the pin, but as he's crawling over to make it, Seth Rollins bursts out the pod, hits the curb stomp. Ambrose is out. Dean Ambrose finally gets the chance to get his hands on Seth Rollins, and he gets fucked over again. Right up the arse. Seth Rollins is still Universal Champ. Some good performances there. Dolph Ziggler let Raw down. Dolph, you suck, you prick.
Wasn't even off his game. I'm surprised. Will you stop? You really need to stop. It's disgusting, honestly. Seth improved his performance skills. Let's end this before he gets any worse. 78B show in the end, which I think honestly should have been better.
It should have.
Pete Dunne apparently used too much on this show, but fuck you, it's Pete Dunne. Improved the popularity in 6 regions still though, so that's not bad at all. Who do you want to give a little post-show speech to, Nathan?
Shinsuke and AJ did well.
I mean, from Raw.
Shinsuke and AJ did well.
From Raw.
Shinsuke and AJ
from
did
Raw.
well. I don't know who did well.
Seth Rollins, there we go.
I didn't pay attention to that bit.
Sarah Logan, she's going to be given a hug. Poor lass. And Sheriff Yang is going to be driven to the hospital. He's not actually called Sheriff Yang, he's still Jimmy Wang Yang. Is there a driven to the hospital option? No.
They're being eviscerated.
Okay, we're going to tell them that they're awesome.
And he'll say, thank you, Jerry Lawler.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching this absolute clusterfuck of a No Way Out pay-per-view. Let's have a quick look at AJ Styles' injury. He's fine. He can work through it.
So can Becky Lynch.
18 days for a fracture is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Becky Lynch is fine as well. Thank you guys for watching this episode of
That's a
WWE
lot of
Draft
them.
Wars. And most of them are Raw. We'll see you all next time for more WWE Draft Wars.
Shaggerfish.
Bobby Fish.